Hey everyone, Angie back for another Barista Basics video. I hope that you guys are doing well. As you can tell from today's title, we're going to be discussing Starbucks' new holiday beverages. Well, actually, none of them are new. These are all the same ones that we had last year. But they're new to us because they're back in season. So I figured I would do a video on what these drinks are. Because there might be some drinks that people are interested in but don't know a lot about, or, may have not even heard of some of these drinks. So I hope this information will be enlightening to somebody. But yeah, so I would say probably the signature drink of Starbucks during the holiday season, there's really two. And the first one is signature hot chocolate, no pun intended. But that's how we call it, signature or classic hot chocolate. And that is simply just mocha syrup with steamed milk, a little bit of whipped cream on top, and some chocolate drizzle. Now they changed the recipe a while ago to... So originally the recipe had a pump of vanilla in whatever size you got as well. But then someone told me recently that they stopped, like that's not the official recipe anymore, that they modified it to not include the vanilla. But when I still make my hot chocolates, I still put in the pump of vanilla because I think it tastes better like that. So I still do it anyways, but don't tell anyone. But yeah, so I don't know why they changed it. I think it's better with the vanilla, but anyways, that's the signature hot chocolate. Then I'd say probably the second signature drink is the Peppermint Mocha, which is the mocha sauce with peppermint syrup, espresso, steamed milk, whipped cream, and then I guess you could call, they're almost kind of like chocolate shavings, or chocolate curls is how they're called. They're probably the best part of it in my opinion. Yeah, that's another signature one. Starbucks really tries pushing this one a lot during the holiday season, even though between you and me, actually I'm pretty sure I said this I was way back in South Carolina, and I think it was the FAQ video, like 10 Starbucks frequently asked questions. I think I touched on this in there, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll reiterate it anyways, just in case. But you can get peppermint mocha all year round. Surprise, we have the mocha and the peppermint syrup all the time. So if you want a peppermint mocha and it's not the holiday season, you can very easily get one. It's very simple. We just may not have the chocolate curls that go on top is all. If you're okay with that, then you can get it anytime. Just a little secret. So yeah, I'd say those are probably the two main ones. Now, moving past that, I guess the next two I can talk about involve sauces. So like the syrup, the sauce that goes in it is, for these two, are like thick, kind of like how the white mocha is thick, the pumpkin spice is a thick sauce. These would fall into that kind of category. So we have the caramel brulee, which is the caramel brulee sauce, shots of espresso, steamed milk. You notice a lot of these are very similar because they're all just lattes. They're all cafe lattes, just with different flavors. But so the caramel brulee sauce, the espresso, steamed milk with whipped cream, and then the topping is caramel brulee topping. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it's just like shattered caramel is my guess. At least that's what it tastes like to me. But that's a really good one too, the caramel brulee. Personally, not my favorite, just because I'm not a big fan of caramel. But the topping does kind of slap though, so I'd recommend it anyways. Moving on, the other sort of thick sauce one for the holiday season is the toasted white mocha. And this is, of course, slightly different than the regular white mocha that we have all the time because it's toasted. It's kind of hard to explain. Like, customers will always ask, like, what's the difference between the toasted white mocha and the white mocha? And it's kind of hard to say because they are very similar. But for me personally, I think that the toasted aspect of the toasted white mocha comes into play when you, like, I'll put it this way. For me, I kind of taste a little bit of like marshmallow mixed in there. And I think that's kind of where the toasted comes from, like toasted marshmallow with the white mocha maybe. That's just kind of what I get from it. But it's very good as well. And so the latte, the toasted white mocha, is the toasted white mocha sauce, of course, espresso, steamed milk, whipped cream on top, and then it gets what we call holiday sprinkles. So this is basically just red like sugar sprinkles, I think that's how they're called. And then kind of like white, not dragées, because they're not as big as dragées, but you know, they're like kind of like white little pearl sprinkles. They're very tiny. That one's very good as well, the toasted white mocha. Then there's another holiday beverage that is just a syrup, not a thick sauce like the two I just mentioned previously, and this is the Chestnut Praline, which is my personal favorite. Every time the holiday season rolls around, I gotta get the Chestnut Praline because it is so good. I love the syrup so much. Like, if I could have it all the time, I would. But the Chestnut Praline, delish. So it's the Chestnut Praline syrup, espresso, steamed milk, whipped cream. Again, all of these are the same, basically, but not. And then it gets the Chestnut Praline topping, which I don't really know what it is. It kind of just tastes like crunchy to me. It doesn't really have a distinct flavor. I don't know if it's necessarily supposed to. I think it's more so just like a textural thing. That's what a lot of the toppings on these drinks are also. A big texture sort of additive to these drinks. But the Chestnut Praline, hands down, my favorite. I would die for Chestnut Praline. And then we have, so I talked on the two signature ones, two thick syrup ones, the regular syrup one, and then we have an alternative milk, which is eggnog, which is of course very seasonal, very holiday. You know, eggnog, it's, I feel like, a big point of contention amongst people. Some people love it, some people absolutely hate it. Some people are kind of ambivalent about it. I'm one of those people. You know, I don't hate it per se, but I have to be in a very kind of particular mood. Usually I have it maybe once or twice in the holiday season, just, you know, when in Rome, now's the time, right? But it's like, you know, if you like eggnog, you would like it. But if you don't like eggnog, you certainly would not like it. And so this is essentially just shots of espresso with steamed eggnog as opposed to steamed milk. Like, you know, steamed 2%, for example. And it doesn't get any whipped cream on it, this one. It just gets a sprinkle of nutmeg on top, which is very good. I think the nutmeg kind of really elevates it. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think this is just me brainstorming literally right now, but I think adding maybe a little bit of adding some of the nutmeg powder into the eggnog when you steam it would also be really good. Instead of just having it on top, doing that in addition. I'll have to try that when I do it, because that sounds really good. If anybody tries it, please let me know, because I'm curious. And yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything. Yeah. And then obviously all of these drinks can be made into frappuccinos, or they can be made into iced lattes. Same goes for, you know, any sort of other syrup. It can all be made into either an iced version or a frappuccino. And the frappuccinos can, of course, be made with or without coffee. They can be made decaf, you know, whatever suits your preference. Alternative milks as well can be used for all of these. Yeah, you know, regular Starbucks customizable, you know, kind of business there. Yeah, and I think that was it. There is one more thing that I wanted to mention, which is that Starbucks is not bringing back the gingerbread syrup, which is very sad. It wasn't that popular, I guess, since they didn't bring it back. But I really liked it, and I'm kind of disappointed that it's not back. It's only in Canada. Like, I don't know why, but they're launching it in Canada as a part of, like, you know, the holiday drinks up there, but they're not including it in the US, which makes me a little bit sad. So if you want a gingerbread latte from Starbucks, you unfortunately have to travel to Canada, which I wish you luck in these pandemic times. I don't think anybody in the US is getting any gingerbread lattes, which is very sad. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that in case anybody was looking for the gingerbread. That's the reason why it's just in Canada this year. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think next week, well, see, I'm contemplating if I want to talk about like the Starbucks holiday treats right now, but I think I can just make another video out of that one, to be honest. So we'll just leave it at the drinks for today. Next week, I'll talk about the holiday food items, though. Pastry items, more specifically. But yeah, Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you learned something interesting or useful, or both. Why not both, right? And I hope that you were doing well. I hope you were staying safe and sane, healthy, entertained, and motivated. Especially now that, you know, COVID cases are kind of ramping up again. Unsurprisingly, we all should have seen this coming. But yeah, please stay extra, extra safe and, you know, be extra cautious. If you're protesting, I hope you were staying extra, extra super duper safe as well, of course. Please make sure to have an emergency contact or two on standby in case something happens. You know, you never know what can happen, so it's nice to have a backup plan. And yeah, that's about it for me today. I just realized I'm very matchy today. Blue, and the blue sky. What can I say? It's just natural. Yeah, but anyways, I hope you guys take care, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.